A very good evening, Trinidad and Tobago and the rest of the world. Welcome to episode 2 of the CSN Hot Seat live on Chutney Soca News TT on Facebook with me, Nicole Duki, your host of this series. So tonight we have so many things that we're going to be talking about, and before we get into that, we will also be having a special guest. But before we get into that, I want to encourage all of you who are viewing the live to hit that share button on the bottom, because I'm sure you do not want to miss this episode. Just to recap what we would have done in our last episode, we spoke with Vijay Ramkisoon, we spoke to our CSN North American correspondent Vashti Durga, and we shared a couple interviews that were done in Toronto last 2 weeks for a show there, and we also shared some very important information about what is taking place in the industry. And tonight will be no different. We are going to share with you some just bits and pieces of information that would have transpired over the weekend, and we're going to be telling you about some performances that would have taken place, some releases that would have been some songs that would have been released in the past few days, and what you can look forward to in the coming week. Again, I want to encourage you all to share the live. Make sure that you share it to everybody, because we do have a special guest in studio here with me tonight, and you will definitely be we'll be revealing that person to you in a short while. So I also want to remind you that our Chutney Soca News weekly countdown voting has commenced for that, and it will be closed on Friday at 7 p.m. after which we will announce the results of that countdown. And I know last week a lot of persons were very excited and they would have participated in the polls, so I want to encourage you to go onto the page, look for that form. When you go into the form, you just select the song of your choice and you submit that answer, and your song will be entered into the countdown and your vote as well. So make sure that you visit Chutney Soca News TT on Facebook to find that form to vote for our weekly countdown. Moving on, before we continue, today we want to say a happy birthday to Captain Kendall. He's celebrating his birthday today. So on behalf of myself and the entire Chutney Soca News team, we want to wish Captain Kendall a very happy birthday. More life to you, more success, more happiness, and everything that life has to offer. So let's now recap what would have taken place, some of the things that would have taken place over the weekend. And we would have seen there was a benefit concert that was held at the Diwali Nagar for those victims who were affected by flooding, rather by Hurricane Melissa in Jamaica, and that concert was headlined by Vijay Ramkisoon and featured a number of artists like Nirmala Sesnarain, Ryan Danlal, and a number of other artists. And also on Friday, we witnessed the launch of Carnival 2026, Brian Lara Promenade. It was an entire day of activities, and Chutney Soca was represented by Ravi B and Ripati Ramgunai, and we know the Chutney Soca Queen, Reshma Ramlal, she made an appearance on the promenade as well. So that was a well represented event, and we definitely look forward to so many things that would be happening throughout the carnival season with Chutney Soca and the launch of Carnival that would have taken place. In terms of releases, we saw Raymond Ramnarain. He released Traditional Chutney, his second song for the season. Master Salim came with a very interesting song, a little controversial, and I know that it has been sparking a little bit of talk around the place, but that was one of the songs that certainly there's one of the songs you can look forward to. It's a little bit of contention as we continue throughout the season. Another song, Ravi B launched his very first song for the season as well. That one was called Vindictive. We saw Rihanna Gopal as well. She released, Ravi Baburam released, Ranjiv Ramdeen. Nari also released his song on Sunday, and earlier on today Tony Cox would have released released one of his offerings for this season. And later this week we can see Joey is coming with a mega hit, and he informed us that he's going to be releasing that before the week is out, so that's something you can definitely look forward to. And if you've been following him on social media, you would have gotten a little taste of it, something that I think that the guys are definitely going to enjoy. And also in terms of releases, we see Vikas Sahade is coming with a release as well, and Sunil Ramsundar and DJ Felix of 106, they have collaborated, and they too will be coming with some brand new music for the season. And speaking of DJ Felix, I wanted to let our viewers know that this year DJ Felix will be hosting his 14th annual toy drive, and it is something that he has been doing for the past with limited sponsorship for the past 14 years. And based on the information that we would have received, he would have started with 150 toys, and gradually it increased, and he would have touched several communities in Kunjal, Realize, Kumoto, and surrounding areas in Barrackpore, and this year will be no different. So if you want to be a part, if you want to contribute, we are asking you all to contribute to the cause, and you can contact DJ Felix at 464-0292. Again, 464-0292. Make sure that you reach out to him, WhatsApp. You can actually find him on social media if you want to contribute, and if you want to be a part of his toy drive in any way possible. Like I said, 14 years, and 14 years of hard work, and 14 years of giving back to the children, and making sure that each child has a gift for Christmas. Now, you can find all this information that I've just mentioned on Chutney Soca News on Facebook and Instagram. Check out our TikTok pages, check out our YouTube platform. You can get all that and so much more information about Chutney Soca and everything that is happening for the season. By the way, I saw Southex Limited would have announced the date for the finals of Chutney Soca Monarch 2026, which is on Valentine's night. So that is definitely something you can look forward to. If you don't know when is Valentine's, some of us, February 14th, 2026, that is going to be taking place at Skinner Park in San Fernando. So I know the season is now kicking off, and a lot of people are still working on tracks, and a lot of people are still planning, and I know we would hear eventually who will be entering this major competition. Of course, the major chutney competition for the season. And so that's basically our announcements for tonight. So make sure to go onto the page, follow, make sure you vote and participate. Also contact DJ Felix, contribute toys, whatever little you can contribute to the cause, make sure that you do that as well. So as mentioned before, last week we had 2 interviews that were done in Canada with our North American correspondent Vashti Durga, and tonight we have another interview that was done, and at this time I'm going to ask my director to run that interview so you can see Vashti. And in this interview she spoke to the undisputed Chutney King of Guyana, a living legend, someone who is no stranger, somewhere you can go anywhere in the world and hear his music being played. So at this time, let's take in an interview with Vashti and no other than Terry Gadraj.
I have with me the cultural ambassador for West Indies music, not only for one country, but for the entire world. Terry Gadraj, King of Guyana. Tell me, you've been coming here for over 25 years now. How has the reception been in Montreal? How is it different from everywhere
Well, we do apologize. There seem to be some technical issues, and as soon as my team sorts it out, we will definitely play that interview for you. So let's just get the ball rolling. Director, are we okay with that? Ready to introduce our guest? Right. So before we introduce our guest, I would like to give you a sneak peek so you'll have an idea of who it is. So when you see that, make sure you share the live because everybody needs to see and hear from our guest tonight.
Sasure gar aibo, sasure gar aibo, sasure gar aibo. Kya le jaibo, sasure gar aibo. Everybody wind up your waist and wine, wine, wind up your waist and wine, wine, wind up your waist and wine, wine, wind up your waist and wine and wine and wine and wine. Kya le jaibo, kya le jaibo, kya le jaibo, sasure gar aibo. Kya le jaibo, sasure gar aibo, sasure gar aibo, sasure gar aibo, sasure gar aibo. Kya le jaibo, sasure gar aibo, kya le jaibo, sasure gar aibo.
It's the CSN Hot Seat, and it's my pleasure to welcome no other than Amit Sagram, aka Sagram.
Thank you for having me, Nicole. A pleasant good night to you. Namaste. Blessings to everyone that's looking and viewing on right now. It's a pleasure to be here on the hot seat tonight. It's really a pleasure. Thank you for having me.
It is our pleasure to have you, Amit. Amit, so we brought you here tonight because we want to get a little bit of we want to know what is happening with Amit Sagram. So before we even go down before we go down into what is happening for 2026, tell us a little bit about 2025 and the type of year you've had as an entertainer.
Well, I must say it has been an amazing, excellent year thus far because I have been to so many countries in so little space of time, and I had the opportunity to reach different cultures, different type of people, and I had the opportunity. The first trip we made for this year was it would have been Texas, Houston, Texas. We would have been there for their Mother's Day affair. It was indeed an amazing show. I must say big up to Rishi Gayadeen and Pops Entertainment back in Texas. Texas was one of the first countries that we've been to this year. After that, we went into New York City, and after that, we went into Canada, into Caribana, and just recently, I went to Jamaica to perform for the Diwali celebration. So it has been a busy, hectic year thus far. And I must say, big up to everybody in all those countries who have accepted Chutney music, man.
Yeah. So you've been not only touring the world, but you also had numerous performances here in Trinidad.
Yes, correct.
And I know that throughout the year, you would have worked on new music.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah. Tell me a bit about some of the music that you would have worked on. And I know that you do more traditional style music, but you also incorporate, the religious season as well.
Yes, definitely. Well, for those who knows me, know I love traditional Chutney music, and it is my passion, it's my love, it's something that I really love singing and performing. Growing up as a little boy amongst my grandparents, I learned about traditional Chutney music, about how to play dholak, dantal, harmonium, and I mean, this is the culture where we came from. So traditional Chutney is something that I love and I would always produce. Early on this year, I would have released a song by the name of Kya Le Jaibo. It was gifted to me by the Rani Rasika Dindial, so I must say big up to the Rani. For the Diwali season, I had released a cover version of Sunamidi Devi, and there was also a video for that. I must say big up to Michael Salikaram and the Shiv Shakti Dance Company for bringing this such beautiful song to life in terms of the visuals and the video, man.
Yeah.
So those are two recordings I would have released thus far.
All right.
Yeah.
And moving into this season, I know I've seen you posting on social media of traditional music, more traditional music coming, but traditional music in the midst of carnival season. So tell me a little bit about that direction.
Well, there is that ears that always looks out for that traditional music, and every year for Christmas time, a lot of people ask, when are you releasing, because there's this there's this crowd and this ears that always looks out for traditional chutney music around Christmas into the carnival season. So it wouldn't just be hardcore traditional. I'm trying to change it up a little bit in terms of bringing a little English into the traditional to make it kind of, you know, understandable for the people that's listening.
All right, and most of your productions are done at RG Studios.
Yes, that's my #1 producer. I must say big up to Rishi Gaidin.
Yes.
He's one of the most easiest, outgoing, down to earth, humble producers that you could ever work with. So I must say big up to Rishi Gaidin, man.
Right. So tell me, so we want to move away from the music a little bit. I want to get in depth to know you. I want your fans to know a little bit more about you.
Sure.
So tell me about, so we spoke about all the tours, we spoke about the performances, but who is Amit Sagram when you're not on the stage, when you're not in studio on a normal day? What do you do?
Well, I'm just a humble guy, you know. I'm very devoted to my God. So, you know, you would, I spend a lot of time fasting and doing prayers and devotion at my home. And I believe with God anything is possible, and I must say God and me have a great connection. Like, you know, if I don't get up and say my prayers or light my diya, you know, I feel like I'm unfinished then. So, you know, I'm always a praying person. Other than praying, you know, just home spending time with the family, cooking, enjoying good food, and just spending good quality family time, man.
But could you cook?
Yes, of course, I could cook very well. I'm a very good cook. And my sisters and my mom always looks forward to when I hear, okay, I'm cooking, because they know it's always something fancy, and they enjoy my food most of the time. They always look forward to my dishes, yeah.
Okay, so that's something we here at CSN can look forward to. We are storming Amit's house for Christmas.
Yes, of course. You're welcome anytime, Nicole.
So Amit, what about, what are your hobbies?
Okay, well, my hobbies are meeting new people, traveling to different countries, trying different food, learning different cultures. So yeah, pretty much my hobby.
Yeah. When you said traveling to different countries and learning cultures, and you went to Jamaica, and people have a lot of people have the mindset that Jamaica is dancehall, and it's a dancehall country, and everything is about dancehall conscious music. How is chutney music viewed there?
Well, I'll tell you something. This year would have been the 9th year traveling to Jamaica. I had to perform for them every year for Diwali, and for COVID in 2020 to 2022, there was just a break of 2 years that I didn't go, but all the years before that I have went, and it was so amazing to see how they have their temple, they have their Sunday morning service, they have puja, hawan. It's so amazing to see how they appreciate the culture. I mean, there's not much Tassa groups. I think there's probably only one Tassa group that they have there, but there's not much live singing groups, or there's not even a dance in the East Indian dance group that teaches dance, or there isn't a school where they can learn traditional music or Bollywood music. But to see the way that they appreciate our culture there is so amazing. And I normally go there to perform for their Diwali celebrations, and it's always so fun, it's always so amazing. You know, the people are so warm and welcoming. They're so amazing. I must say big up to Jamaica and the love that they have for our East Indian culture. It's super amazing to see.
Yes, but you know, most times people see Amit Sagram on a stage. The shiny outfits, hair properly well kept, all those different things. Tell me something. How much work goes into a performance? Every time you have to perform, how much time do you spend on getting yourself, the person Amit Sagram, ready?
It's a lot, to be honest with you. People don't really see that side of me, but it's a lot of preparations to get into a performance, especially like for a big show. You know, you want to look good, you have to, you know, be able to choose the right songs and stuff like that. So it's a challenge when it comes to getting myself organized, because, you know, I want to look good, so I have to go to different designers, try to find the proper outfits, make sure I get a good trim, make sure my shoes is on point. Everything has to be on point.
So the barber must be ready, set and waiting, the designers.
It's a lot of work goes into it.
It's a lot of work, and this is something that a lot of persons don't understand, that it's not just standing on a stage and singing. That is just the least of your problem, because you can sing. But to get yourself ready, your appearance, you have to make sure that nobody is going to criticize the outfit that you wear.
Remember, somebody's always looking on, you know, and you want to be that person that always gives a good vibes, a good energy. You know, it comes across being very well dressed, properly well kept, that kind of thing.
But bearing all that in mind, does it affect you mentally?
One of my biggest fears, I'll tell you something, is losing my hair.
Really?
Yes, and the first time I would have loosened my hair is the video that you guys viewed just before this one. That was the first video that I've loosened my hair, and the person who made me did that was Michael Sagram.
Right. And
I think that he was the only person kind of get me to do that, because I don't know, I just feel kind of weird keeping my hair open. And after I've done it, man, it was cool, it was normal. So you can look probably in the next video, it might be open in the whole song for the next video.
Amit, but so you're a Cancer, I'm a Cancer.
Yes,
so my team here can tell you, most times when we have to go out, they have to come and park in front of my house and wait. Are you one of those persons who will have everybody waiting as well?
No.
Is it a Cancer thing or is it just me?
Well, it's a Cancer thing in a sense, but I try to work on that and try to always be on time on a gig or a performance. I do try to reach like a half hour to an hour before and always be on time. I mean, I think time is of the essence, and once you be on time, you be professional, and it gives you a better vibes and energy to work with once you're being on time,
Yeah.
So I always try to reach up on gigs like a half hour before, set myself, make sure my blazer looking good, hair on point, and then set lean now,
Yeah.
I don't like to rush that gig or drive and just rush and just get into it. It doesn't give me a good vibes throughout the night. Then I have to be on time, relax, and then set myself to go out there and do my thing.
Yeah. So I'm the 19th of July and he's the 20th, just in case you all are wondering what I'm talking about. Of course we do.
Yes.
And we are the best, right?
Yes, of course we are.
But so tell me something. So have you ever had an incident where you are performing on a stage and something happened in the crowd that just threw off your whole vibe?
Not to my knowings, and even though if it probably would have occurred, I just move along and continue going. I don't let obstacles get in my way, and if it do, that I act accordingly. I move to suit, and just move to suit, man.
Yeah, but I know, like, some DJs, if they're DJing, the crowd encourages them, as likewise for a singer. So you go to an event and the crowd is sitting down. How do you work around that to get yourself going and not feeling like, oh gosh, I just need to get off the stage, rather than entertain because they're not enjoying?
Okay, well, if I see another singer entertaining and the people is not enjoying, well, it gives me a better vibes now to go on that stage and mash up and do my thing. But I'm not a stand-up person. For those who know me, I'm not a stand-up person. I'm very interactive when it comes to performing and getting into the crowd. I don't lip sync, so I always sing live. I always get into the crowd and make sure the people entertain themselves. Because at the end of the day, you don't know what somebody might come into a party with or what problem somebody might have, and you might be that one to touch that person and ease their stress or take away their bad thoughts or take away some bad thing from making them get themselves in trouble or some kind of thing. So, I always try to give a positive vibes and get into people, be interactive, and I think that has a lot to do with performing,
Yes.
Not everybody could interact well and entertain well, and that's a big thing.
Yeah, and you've been performing for how many years?
Professionally, I've been singing over 21 years, professionally.
Wow.
So that's my full-time job. I sing full-time. I don't work nowhere else besides singing and entertaining people, making them happy. Yeah.
Right. So we spoke about stage preparation, but in terms of productions, tell me how much time you spend. But before you do that, I just want to encourage the persons who are viewing us live on Facebook. Feel free to send your comments. Feel free to send your questions. If you want to ask Amit anything, I'm sure he'd be happy to answer depending on the question. Okay, keep it PG-13.
Yes.
So back to productions. How much time? First of all, when do you tell yourself this song is the right song for me?
Okay, so like in terms of recording, you're asking?
Yes.
Okay, so like when I get myself prepped for recordings, I go through at least 2 to 3 songs, and then I will choose the best. Now, by just hearing the song, you would know, okay, well, this is the song. Then I will take it to my producer, and then I will say, I called Rishi Guiding boss. I said, boss, how do you think this song in? How this is a song in? And we both will work together and we will choose and decide. But from the time I hear a song, I would know if this is the song I want to go with.
Yeah.
It gives that a vibe and an energy, you must feel it.
So what are studio sessions like? Do you get booked from Rishi in between? I meant you're doing this wrong, or
No, I don't get booked.
Describe a studio session for us.
He just wants, he don't argue with us, but he would just want to say something to make us be on the right path, and,
right.
To do the right thing. And he always makes sure that he does the right thing. He gives us advice. He always gives his input. and it's always positive. I believe in Rishi Gayadeen. He's such an amazing producer to work with. And
so how long does it actually take for you from the recording process to the release? How long does it actually take for a song to be produced?
Well, it takes a while because you have to conceptualize how you're singing the song, the tune, the melody, and all of that, and then it takes a while, maybe like 2 to 3 weeks,
right? And
then to put the visuals into place, you have to conceptualize it, and goes with the meaning of the song, do things to suit the meaning. So it's a lot of work that goes into it, and I mean the people doesn't see that, and then some of them might want to say you're an outcome singer, and you now come and they doesn't do things good, but there's a lot of work and hard work and sacrifice that goes into it.
And late nights, early mornings.
Late nights, yes, sacrifice. It's a lot, and it's a love and a passion I have for it. And there's no way that I would stop this. No way to stop Stagram from singing and producing traditional chutney music. Some people say that traditional chutney music is dying, but I'm saying today, once Sagram is in the place, traditional chutney music will never, ever, ever die.
Nice. So, director, do you think we can play that video now? And then we can come back with Amit? Alright, so we're going over to Vashti Durga and Terry Gadraj, no? Okay, when we do that? Alright, okay. So we're going to play one of Amit's music videos for you. Yeah.
Sasure gar aibo, sasure gar aibo, sasure gar aibo. Kya le jaibo, sasure gar aibo. Everybody went up the way some went up the way some.
Welcome back to the CSN Hot Seat with me, Nicole Dookie, and Amit Sagram. And you just viewed a video of one of the songs that Amit would have done in earlier this year,
Correct.
Traditional Chutney. Yeah?
𝐇𝐎𝐓𝐒𝐄𝐀𝐓.
Right. So we were chatting a little bit about stage performances, the stuff that Amit has planned for 2026, moving into the Christmas and Carnival season. One question before I get into, I have some very surprising questions to ask. But before we get into that, any intention of entering competitions?
I can't really say that just yet, but after releasing these songs and stuff, and it depends on the response that I get from the music, then I'll be able to tell. But for now, I'm not quite sure.
All right.
Yeah.
So we'll wait to see. I mean, just today the date was announced, so I guess that, you know,
Yes.
as the hype picks up,
Yes.
we would see the interest.
Yes.
So, Amit, we need to get a little more into your business.
Sure.
And
Ask me now.
I hope you're prepared.
Yeah.
But you've been performing for 20-something plus years.
Yes, definitely.
Tell me something that you would say was one of your most memorable moments as a performer.
One of my most memorable moments, I would have to say, performing in London. That was one of the best moments of my life. Being in that stage, seeing people on a different side of the world dancing in front of the stage to your music was one of the happiest, proudest moments of my life. I must say, it was so well received. Like, you know, the love across there, to see how they appreciate the culture was so amazing.
Nice. So you must, you have to balance memorable with embarrassing. So what do you think would have been an embarrassing moment for you? Share that story.
On stage?
Yeah. On stage, or I mean, maybe.
I think it wasn't. I wouldn't say it was embarrassing, but not that embarrassing. I think it was probably just getting feedback from the mics and stuff like that. But
Right.
I think I had like anything really bad and out of it, you know. Yeah.
I can share my story.
Sure, you can.
One time I was walking through Port of Spain and rain was falling.
And it got
And you know
wet.
the covers, the manual covers, I slip and fall.
Oh my god.
So yeah, that was real embarrassing in the middle of
Sorry.
Port of Spain by Woodford Square. But you know, at least your embarrassing story is not as bad as mine. So, what is your favorite pastime? If it's not singing, what's your favorite pastime?
My favorite pastime. My favorite pastime. That's a good question. The time whenever I would have spent with my grandma. Yeah, those are one of my favorite times. She was my only grandparent, and up to this day I miss her. So those are one of the times I really wish I could go back and
Right.
you know, yeah.
Yeah. So, do you participate in sports or anything?
No.
No. And if you had to participate in sport, what would
It
it
would
be?
definitely be cricket.
Maybe you would qualify for TKR
I
at
actually
some
have a nephew
point.
that plays for under 19 Trinidad and Tobago, so
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. And what would you say is your biggest peeve? What is something that you really don't like?
I don't like ignorant people. I don't like people getting vexed and having hate in their minds and that kind of thing.
Yeah. And like, so when you go out to perform, you know, there are people who are starstruck. So they like to the pictures, they want endless pictures. How do you manage that? Because
Well,
I know sometimes it can be overwhelming.
Yeah, well, knowing me, you know I'm a jolly person. So
Yeah.
I'm a people's person. So I love to interact. I love to get into the people, get to know people, take pictures. You know, I love meeting my fans. I love meeting new people. And, you know, those are the people that have me where I am today. So why not be nice and spread love to them?
Yes. And your role models in this industry would be?
Male or female?
Male and female. Give me some.
Okay, so female, I would have to say Savita Singh. And male, we'll have to say none other than the music boss, Raymond.
All right, big up to the music boss.
Of course.
And to
Big up to
Savita.
Sal.
They've
Yeah,
been
Savita.
they've been doing a lot
Representing, yeah.
to represent the country and the
Yeah.
music.
Globally, yeah.
Yes. And
So proud.
I want to find out. I'm curious, and I'm sure
Yeah.
your fans would want to know. What is something tell us something about Amit Sagram that nobody really knows.
I'm a very emotional person. Very, very emotional.
I think it's a cancer thing.
Yeah, I can't. Very emotional. I'm very loving and humble and caring, but very emotional.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. And so where do you see yourself in this industry in the next 5 years? Let's say 5 years.
I'm taking the music globally, you know, I'm taking it to countries that have never been before, going on these different stages, showing people what Chutney Soca is, what traditional chutney music is, what our culture is about, what our East Indian culture is about, you know, teach people, spread it around the world, take it to places that have never been before.
And what's your favorite food?
Fried aloo and roti, any day, anytime. Fried aloo and good roti, yeah, sad roti.
I thought you were going to say doubles.
I love my fried aloo and roti, any day.
Nice. So we got a little bit of insight on Amit's life, his musical career, and we are definitely looking forward to great things from Amit in the coming years. Now, I'm not going to say just in the coming year, but in the coming years as he continues his journey, his musical journey into the Chutney Soca industry, and you know, promoting the culture of Trinidad and Tobago globally. Amit, I want to thank you very much for being a part of the show. So
Thank
any
you
closing
so
comments to your fans?
Yes, to all the youths that's out there and want to aspire yourself to be a singer, I just want to have one advice to you. Keep pure and just and always have God in your heart, and anything in this world will be possible. Thanks to you, Nicole, and thanks to the whole entire team for having me. It was indeed a pleasure being on the hot seat on Chutney Soca News. Big up to Nicole Dookie, you know, big fan, as Vijay say.
Well, we don't want to keep Amit any longer. He has a performance. He's a busy man, so he has a performance tonight. So Amit, I just want to say again, thank you very much for agreeing to be a part of the hot seat.
Definitely.
And for chatting with us. A special thank you to Richard Rampasad, our production team, Studio 116 Shivi Imaging, and to all the viewers on Chutney Soca News, TT. And remember, continue to follow the page for all the updates and everything you need to know about Chutney Soca, and vote for your favorite song for our countdown. My name is Nicole Dookie, wishing you all a very good night, and thank you for watching.